your immunity is exposing their entire system as fraudulent. Other students are starting to notice that the promised results never materialize, that they feel more depleted after each ritual, that the only ones truly benefiting are the teachers themselves. These teachers are starting to distance themselves from your family member's case. They're suggesting that maybe the student isn't applying the techniques correctly, maybe they lack sufficient darkness to make it work, maybe they need to purchase more advanced courses. They're setting up your family member to take the fall for this failure, to be the scapegoat that preserves their reputation, while explaining away why their foolproof methods aren't working on you. But something else is happening that they didn't expect. Their other students are starting to compare notes, realizing that many of their targets seem mysteriously protected lately. It's not just you. There's been a global activation of Lightworker defense systems. The age of spiritual parasitism is ending, and these teachers are watching their empire crumble as more and more intended victims simply become immune to their attacks. The cosmic frequency is shifting, raising the vibration of the entire planet to a level where their low vibrational tactics simply can't function anymore. Your transformation carries codes that are activating protection in others. Without even realizing it, you've become a beacon that's awakening defense mechanisms in chosen ones worldwide. Every time you successfully deflect an attack, that information gets uploaded to what we might call the morphic field. Other lightworkers unconsciously download these protection protocols, suddenly finding themselves implementing boundaries they didn't even know they needed. Your family member has noticed this spreading immunity, and it terrifies them. People they used to successfully manipulate are suddenly seeing through their games. Old energy sources are drying up. The narcissistic supply that once flowed so easily has reduced to barely a trickle. They're having to work harder and harder for less and less results, burning through their own life force trying to maintain what used to come easily. The ex-partner is experiencing a parallel collapse. That charm they once used to attract empaths and energy donors, it's failing catastrophically. People meet them and immediately feel something is off, though they can't explain why. It's as if you've somehow marked them energetically, and now every intuitive person can sense the darkness they carry. They're becoming isolated, cut off from the very energy sources they need to survive. This transformation you've undergone isn't just personal, it's archetypal. You're not just one person breaking free from narcissistic abuse. You're embodying a new template for how divine beings respond to parasitic attack. Instead of fighting on their level, you've transcended the entire battlefield. You've made their weapons obsolete simply by existing in a frequency they cannot reach. Your DNA is literally rewriting itself, activating codes that have been dormant since ancient times when humanity last faced this kind of systematic spiritual warfare. These codes don't just protect you, they transform you into something these energy vampires never expected to encounter. You're becoming what the old texts call a spiritual sovereign, someone whose energy field is so self-contained and self-generating that there's literally nothing for parasites to attach to. The intervention from higher dimensions is something they never calculated into their plans. Your protection isn't just coming from your own spiritual development. You've got what can only be described as a cosmic legal team working on your behalf. Every violation of your free will has been documented in the Akashic records. Every spell cast against you has created a traceable energy signature. Every attempt to bind or limit you has been noted by forces that operate beyond human comprehension. These aren't just your personal guides and ancestors responding anymore. The repeated attacks against you have triggered what we might call a universal immune response. Higher dimensional beings who normally don't involve themselves in individual human dramas have taken notice. When someone repeatedly attacks a lightworker who's here on divine mission, it's like attacking an ambassador. Eventually their home country gets involved. Your family members' rituals are now being monitored by these higher forces. Every candle they light is observed. Every intention they set is recorded. Every monitoring spirit they send is followed back to its source. They think they're operating in secret, but they might as well be performing their dark magic on a cosmic stage, with universal witnesses documenting every violation. The ex-partners' collaboration in this spiritual crime has earned them their own cosmic investigation. The universe doesn't distinguish between the one who performs the ritual and the one who funds and supports it. Both are equally culpable in the eyes of divine justice. They're accumulating a karmic debt that will take lifetimes to repay, all because they couldn't handle rejection with grace. But here's